You have a cherished doll, perhaps an heirloom, and suddenly a limb feels a bit wobbly. It is a common frustration for collectors when a beloved figure starts to show signs of wear and tear, losing its stable pose. Yes, absolutely, you can often tighten a loose doll limb joint. This is a very common repair, especially for dolls that use internal elastic cording or a disc and ball joint system. The key to a successful repair is first understanding the specific construction of your doll's joints. Loose joints typically develop from the natural wear and tear on the internal components that provide tension. Many classic and modern dolls, especially those with multiple points of articulation, relying on elastic cording that runs through the torso and connects to the limbs. Over time, this elastic can stretch, fray, or degrade, leading to a loss of tension and a floppy limb. For disc or ball joints, repeated movement can cause friction that gradually wears down the plastic or vinyl surfaces, reducing the snug fit. To tackle this, your first step is to identify the type of joint your doll has. For dolls with elastic stringing, you will usually find access points at the neck or through the main torso opening. Carefully untie or cut the old degraded elastic cord. Then, replace it with new strong elastic cord of the appropriate thickness, ensuring you thread it through the limbs and torso with sufficient tension before tying it securely. For disc or ball joints, the approach is slightly different. Begin by thoroughly cleaning the joint surfaces to remove any dust or debris that might be interfering with a tight fit. You can then try a few methods. One gentle technique involves placing a very thin piece of friction-enhancing material, such as a tiny square of fine sandpaper or a small disc of fabric, into the joint cavity before reassembly. Another method, suitable for plastic joints, involves very carefully applying low heat with a hairdryer to the joint components to make the plastic slightly pliable, then gently pressing them back together. This can sometimes reset the joint for a tighter fit, but it requires extreme caution to avoid damaging the doll. For a more advanced fix, some collectors use a very tiny amount of clear, non-acidic sealant applied as an ultra-thin film to one of the joint surfaces and allowed to dry completely before the joint is reassembled. This creates a microscopic texture that enhances friction, but it is a technique best approached with great care to prevent permanent adhesion. Knowing these specific techniques allows you to extend the life and posability of your beloved collectibles. Professional restorers often employ custom-made friction washers or miniature shims to precisely adjust disc joints, and with patience, you can achieve similar results. Always prioritize methods that are reversible or minimally invasive to preserve the doll's original integrity and value. By carefully assessing the type of joint your doll possesses and applying the correct, gentle technique, you can restore stability to those wobbly limbs. This empowers you to enjoy your collection to the fullest, ensuring your cherished figures remain as beautifully posed and a source of joy for many years to come.